Sleep is not a mysterious organ that refuses to work. It is a daily rhythm your hormones follow, and when you line up light, timing, and simple routines, your cortisol, melatonin, insulin, and appetite signals calm down together. Because that sounds abstract, we will turn it into an easy day-long journey that anyone over 45 can follow, with quiet changes that compound week after week. Before we go further, subscribe so you do not miss the next lesson, and add a short comment with the single habit that hurts your sleep the most right now, because your answers will shape the follow-up videos. Morning is where hormone timing actually starts, so your first job is to anchor the clock with real daylight. Within an hour of waking, step outside and let natural light hit your eyes and your skin for a few minutes. This bright cue tells the brain that the day has begun, lifts morning alertness, and sets a timer for evening melatonin to arrive on schedule. If the sun is not up or the sky is heavy with clouds, still step outside or stand by a window and look toward the brightest safe direction without staring at the sun. Add a short walk if your joints allow, because movement pairs with light to reinforce the message. When you do this most mornings, your internal clock tightens within about 1 to 2 weeks, and many people notice that falling asleep becomes easier without changing anything at night. If you live with eye disease or use medicines that increase light sensitivity, wear your usual protection and keep the practice gentle rather than skipping it altogether. Next, give your sleep pressure a head start by moving your body early or by midday so the evening drop in body temperature arrives on time. Your brain sleeps best after it has built a steady pressure through the day. Gentle to moderate activity raises core temperature and helps set up the later drop that invites deeper non-dreaming sleep. Pick what your joints and lungs can manage. A brisk walk, cycling, swimming, or light resistance work are all friendly options. Aim for most days of the week and keep the session at least 20 to 30 minutes when you can. If you enjoy vigorous workouts, keep them earlier rather than late at night. Evening high-intensity sessions can leave adrenaline and temperature too high for a while. If pain, arthritis, or balance limits you, break movement into shorter chunks that add up, such as 3 10-minute walks. Your goal is consistency, not perfection. Movement earlier in the day also improves insulin sensitivity, which reduces late-night blood sugar swings that can wake you. Afterwards, be kind to your future self by timing caffeine with respect for its long tail and for your age. Caffeine blocks the chemistry that builds sleep pressure. In many adults, the half-life stretches, which means the afternoon cup can still be active at bedtime. A practical rule is to keep caffeine to the earlier half of the day and finish by early afternoon. If sleep is fragile, finish even earlier. Match your dose to your size and sensitivity rather than chasing alertness with cups that stack on each other. Replace the late day cup with a short outdoor break, a brief stretch, a glass of water, or a snack that pairs protein with a complex carbohydrate, such as yogurt with berries if you tolerate dairy, or a small handful of nuts with a piece of fruit. If headaches or low mood follow a caffeine cut, step down gradually instead of quitting in a single day. Because what and when you eat teaches your hormones how to behave at night, set a calm meal rhythm that ends earlier in the evening. Large late meals and heavy late sweets pull insulin and gut activity into the hours when the brain is trying to cool and settle. Many adults sleep more deeply when the final substantial meal happens a few hours before bedtime. Build your plate from colorful vegetables, beans or lentils, intact grains, and a modest portion of protein. Add healthy fats from olive oil, nuts, or seeds. This pattern steadies blood sugar and reduces nighttime reflux and bathroom trips. If your evening hunger is strong, plan a small, balanced snack 2 to 3 hours before bed and then close the kitchen. People with diabetes, chronic kidney disease, or reflux should ask for a personalized plan that protects their conditions while still honoring sleep. If alcohol is part of your life, keep it light and earlier. Alcohol can make you drowsy at first, but it fragments sleep later and reduces the deepest stages where growth hormone pulses and repair rise. Meanwhile, protect your thyroid and iron status if your sleep feels restless or your legs crawl at night, because the body often whispers through these symptoms. Restless legs symptoms and frequent limb jerks can be worse when iron stores are low. Thyroid problems can bring jittery nights or dragging days. Ask your clinician whether you should check these simple labs if night comfort feels wrong or if daytime energy never recovers. If you live with chronic kidney disease, you may be at higher risk for restless leg symptoms and will benefit from a plan made with your care team. This is not a do-it-yourself area. Good sleep begins with a body that has what it needs and avoids what it does not. Then shape the afternoon and early evening to help melatonin arrive without a fight because light and temperature are the levers you control. Melatonin is your night invitation, not a knockout drug. Bright light in the evening, especially overhead and screen light near the eyes, tells the brain that it is still daytime. Dim the house in the final hours and shift to lamps that are lower and warmer. Keep screens further away, lower the brightness, and finish stimulating tasks earlier. A warm shower or bath 1 to 2 hours before bedtime helps by drawing heat to the skin so your core cools on the other side, which nudges the brain towards sleep. If your home is noisy or light comes in from the street, prepare simple defenses now rather than hoping you can will yourself to sleep against the environment. Blackout curtains, a comfortable sleep mask if you tolerate one, and a steady sound source can turn a chaotic room into a predictable one that your nervous system trusts. Because stress hormones are the enemy of good sleep and healthy appetite signals, build a small worry buffer that repeats every evening. Write a 2-line plan for tomorrow and 1 sentence that names the next action, then close the notebook. Follow with a slow breath practice or a quiet stretch for 5 to 10 minutes. When you repeat this short routine, your brain learns that the day is done. Cortisol stays lower, melatonin climbs more easily, and your appetite hormones behave better the next day. People over 45 often notice that the same stress that keeps them wired at night pushes them towards snacks in the afternoon. Better nights move leptin and ghrelin in the right direction so appetite feels human again. If your thoughts still spin, add one more piece. Choose a short wind-down story or a gentle audio program that you play every night. Familiarity calms the alarm system. If your partner has noticed loud snoring, pauses in breathing, or choking sounds during sleep, bring this up because untreated airway problems quietly break your hormone health. Obstructed breathing at night is common after midlife. It fragments sleep, raises blood pressure, worsens insulin resistance, lowers testosterone in many men, and drains energy in women and men. The fix is not a single trick. It starts with a proper evaluation. Your clinician may order testing and then guide you to treatment. Options include sleep position strategies, mouth and jaw devices for some people, weight loss support for those who carry extra weight, and continuous positive airway pressure for many adults. People who use continuous positive airway pressure and keep using it often see gains in blood pressure, daytime energy, mood, and even hormone balance. If snoring is new or severe, or if morning headaches and dry mouth show up, do not delay. This is one of the highest yield moves in the entire plan because every night then becomes a working night of repair again. On the other hand, if your legs feel tight, your feet twitch, or you pace at bedtime, do not white-knuckle it because restless nights respond to thoughtful care. Gentle stretching of the calves and hamstrings in the evening, a warm soak for the lower legs, and avoiding late caffeine and nicotine reduce symptoms for many adults. If you take certain antidepressants, anti-nausea medicines, or antihistamines, ask whether they could be worsening your symptoms and whether an alternative exists for you. If the sensations are frequent or severe, ask your clinician about further evaluation and options. Healthy sleep is not a test of patience. It is a body system that needs to be placed back into balance. Moving forward, menopause and andropause bring real changes. Honor them without fear and adjust the plan where needed so hormones and sleep stop fighting. Hot flashes, night sweats, and mood shifts disturb sleep for many women in midlife and beyond. If these are strong, ask about safe and effective options to reduce symptoms. Gentle evening cooling routines, intentional hydration during the day, and early light movement help, yet do not hesitate to seek medical care for persistent sleep disruption. Many men notice that weight gain, lower muscle mass, and heavier snoring appear across the same years. The answer is not fads. It is steady nutrition that supports muscle, regular resistance work matched to joints, less evening alcohol, and testing for sleep-breathing problems when signs are present. When the base is right, your own hormones tend to behave more like the helpful guides they were designed to be. Now bring your bedroom into alignment so it works with you instead of against you because deep sleep comes from calm signals. Keep the room cool, quiet, and dark. Clear clutter that pulls your mind toward unfinished tasks. Use a comfortable mattress and pillow that support your neck and hips. Reserve the bed for sleep and intimacy so your brain links this space with a narrow set of cues. If you wake during the night and remain awake, get out of bed after a while, move to a dim room, and read something calm or do a quiet breath practice until sleepiness returns, then go back to bed. This prevents your brain from pairing the bed with wakefulness and frustration. Put your phone face down outside the bedroom or across the room and on silent. If you need an alarm, use a simple clock that does not flood you with blue light. Small barriers give your future self an easier night. Meanwhile, if you are tempted to reach for sleep medicines or supplements, use them sparingly and on purpose while you fix the behavior and the environment that truly carry the load. Short courses of selected sleep aids can help during a tight season, such as travel or grief, but long-term nightly use often backfires. Many medicines slow reaction time, worsen balance, and increase fall risk in older adults. Some carry a morning hangover that reduces the quality of their day and raises the chance you will nap too long. If you consider melatonin, keep expectations realistic. It can help when the clock is out of line, such as with jet lag, and in some cases of delayed sleep timing, but it is not a universal fix. If you use blood thinners, immune medicines, or seizure medicines, or if you live with an autoimmune disease, ask for guidance before starting any new sleep product. If you add magnesium, avoid very high doses and review your kidney health with your clinician first. Safety comes first, and you can get real results without taking risks. Then design a wind down that your brain learns to trust so the body knows that the day is done and deeper stages can unfold. Pick a 30 to 60-minute routine that repeats. Dim the lights, reduce the temperature a bit, and do the same handful of steps in the same order most nights. For example, you might wash your face, stretch gently, write a 2-line plan for tomorrow, breathe slowly for a few minutes, and read a paper book that does not stimulate. The order matters because it becomes a script your brain recognizes. Over time, that recognition becomes the signal. You will feel sleepy earlier, and the time it takes to fall asleep will shorten. Because appetite hormones and weight regulation care about sleep quality, treat your naps with respect so they help rather than harm. A short early afternoon rest can boost mood and focus without stealing night sleep. Keep it short, about 20 to 30 minutes. Set a timer and nap on a couch or a chair rather than in bed. Avoid late afternoon naps because they push the night later. If you are so sleepy that you fall asleep every time you sit down, that is not a nap problem. It is a signal to seek help for sleep-breathing problems, medications, depression, or other medical conditions. If pain wakes you or keeps you from finding a position that feels safe, bring your pain plan into the sleep plan because the two cannot be separated. Persistent pain disrupts deep stages and makes the nervous system more reactive. Ask your clinician about adjusting the timing of pain medicines, adding a gentle evening heat routine, using pillows to support joints, and building daytime movement that strengthens without flaring pain. Cognitive strategies that reduce fear and catastrophizing about pain can improve sleep quality. A supported body sleeps better, and a rested brain handles pain more calmly the next day. For the nights when your mind is loud and your heart is fast, practice a short rescue routine that you can run without thinking. Sit up, place your feet on the floor, and breathe slowly in through the nose and out through the mouth, counting longer on the way out than on the way in. Place a cool cloth on your forehead or the back of your neck. Repeat a simple phrase in your mind that you have chosen ahead of time, such as "let the day finish now." When you feel a little calmer, return to bed, or if you are still alert, read something gentle in a dim room. You are teaching your nervous system that you will be kind and steady under stress. That lesson pays you back the next time. Now let us take a quiet walk through a day that fixed terrible sleep and repaired hormone balance for one of my patients, because stories show how these pieces join. He woke a little earlier and stepped into the backyard for 5 minutes of light with coffee. Then he walked for 10 minutes around the block. He moved his heavier workout to midday and kept his evenings for stretching. He cut caffeine after late morning. He moved dinner 90 minutes earlier and halved the portion of late sweets. He made a worry buffer with 3 lines, programmed a nightly audio story, and dimmed the living room. He asked about snoring and scheduled testing, which confirmed airway obstruction, so he used his new device every night. He already noticed the change by the second week, and the real gains came over 2 months. He fell asleep faster, woke less, and returned to sleep when he did wake. Morning energy rose, afternoon hunger quieted, blood pressure improved. That is how small pieces make a big system work again. At this point, it helps to gather the common blockers so you can step around them before they appear. Late bright light and news that churns the mind are blockers. Heavy alcohol late is a blocker. Late heavy meals are blockers. Drinks close to bed that provoke bathroom trips are blockers. Long naps late in the day are blockers. Loud snoring with pauses is a major blocker that deserves priority care. Medicines with stimulating effects can be blockers, so review the list with your clinician and ask if the timing can change slow down the blockers and the path clears. Because what you track improves, choose two simple numbers that show progress without causing stress. Track sleep opportunity and morning energy. Sleep opportunity is the quiet window you give yourself in bed every night. Many adults live with less than 7 hours in bed and then wonder why they feel empty. Expand the window before you aim for deeper stages. Morning energy is a simple 1 to 10 rating that you write on a small card by the toothbrush. You will see the trend even when the nights still feel imperfect. If blood pressure or blood sugar is part of your health story, track those numbers as your sleep improves. Small changes add up across a season. In short, better sleep for better hormone health is less about a perfect pillow and more about a day that tells your brain and body the same story over and over. The story is simple. Light arrives early. Movement happens on purpose. Caffeine bows out by early afternoon. Food is balanced and ends earlier. Evenings are dim and quiet. The room is cool and dark. Worry is parked gently. Specific problems like snoring or restless legs receive real evaluation and treatment. That is it. Nothing flashy, everything effective. If this helped, subscribe so you can follow the next step without missing a beat, and share one small change you will make this week in the comments because your ideas give others a place to start. Your next step is to choose the single piece that felt easiest and begin tonight or tomorrow morning. Progress starts with a single action that repeats until it feels like who you are. Thank you for caring for your sleep with this kind of patience because hormone health is not a sprint. In the comments, tell me which part of the day is hardest for you, morning light or evening wind down, and I will build a focused video that solves that exact moment. Subscribe before you go so you do not miss it, and we will keep building your nights and your days together.